This is the Sunday Business Page with Jon Delano.
Good morning, I'm Jon Delano. Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Business Page. And our very special guest this morning is the former Allegheny County Councilman Matt Drozd. Matt, great to have you on the show. I appreciate your time.
Likewise, John, I respect you very much, and I really appreciate the time with you.
Well, I have to tell you that what really caught my mind, Matt, is that although I think of you as somebody who was very involved in military service and somebody who was in public office, you are an author. Hold up this book that you just published, that just came out, that you wrote.
That's it right there, John.
Return of the Russian Czar, Return of the
Right.
Russian Czar. It's a fictional account. Tell us what the book's about.
Well, actually, it starts with Tsar Nicholas and his abdication of the throne, and then comes. I really always want to affect change for the better for our people, this country, and our state. And politics was one way, but this is even better because I wrote this book. It's not only it's a learning experience, but it's a very entertaining. It's like a Cinderella, Rocky type story about a man who from the Steel Valley becomes the next czar of Russia after years and hundreds, years, and it involves Ukraine, and it shows both sides of Ukraine, and in the essence that Ukraine and Russia, and people will learn a lot about how Putin controls the press. About 75% really actually fact, 25% fiction, and there's a lot of romance in it, including the fact that the main character of the book kind of steals Putin's girlfriend. And at the end, it shows what happens to Putin as a result of his involvement in this war.
I think, to me, the most interesting thing is that you've premised this guy from the Steel Valley here in Pittsburgh as the great-grandson of Nicholas II of the last.
Well, actually, the great-grandson of Anastasia. In my book, it premises that Anastasia survived, and I show how she survived, how she came to the U.S. and she went to the Steel Valley, where I was born and raised.
I just find the whole notion of Pittsburgh being part of this novel, a semi-fictional account. And how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I've always been a dreamer and a lot of imagination as a kid, and I've always been that way. And a lot of, reporters told me they've read my letters to the editor. Yeah, or op-ed letters. They're really op-ed letters, and now they're being published. I just got a call from San Antonio. They're going to publish my op-ed letter. Nevada Sun, Philadelphia Inquirer. A lot of them are publishing my op-ed letters because they really are objective. They're an objective look at different issues of current day that affect our lives. And the same with this book. It's an entertaining, it's like I said, a Rocky type Cinderella story, very entertaining. And a lot of it is based on a lot of things, how people involved in the Steel Valley and what's going on today in Russia. Now, I take both sides and I inform people both sides of the issue. The president of Ukraine and the president of Russia. And my concern is, like a lot of people, there are people dying on both sides, young troops from Russia, thousands of people in Ukraine. And what I say in this book is what I tell people is, hey, let's look at this objectively. And people in America are putting millions, billions into this, investing, and we don't know where the return is. Yeah. In the essence, this resolving this issue.
We only have about 30 seconds left, but I shouldn't end this, Matt, without pointing out that you worked for the Joint Chiefs of Staff, for the Chief of the Joint Chiefs, and
three of them.
Three different ones. You were a lieutenant colonel, retired, right?
Right. Served in NMCC at the Pentagon for 3 different ones, including under Colin Powell at the State Department and Secretary Rumsfeld at the Pentagon. I served for all of them.
Well, and as a consequence, you really have certainly the military background to write a fascinating novel like this. Hold the book up again. If you want to read a Pittsburgh author, Return of the Russian Czar, I assume you can get this anywhere.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends have read it and they said it's great, and I think it'll make great for a movie. It bodes well to make a movie, and that's initially was my intention. And some producers in Hollywood said, write the book, and here it is.
Well, Matt Drozd, who is now an author of Return of the Russian Czar, thank you, sir, very much for spending
Thank
time
you,
with
John. Thank your viewers, and keep up the good work that you've been doing over the years. I watch you
us.
intently. John, you came up through the hard ranks, and you know the congressional side. You're very astute.
Well, thank you, Matt. And I want to thank our audience once again, as always, for watching this edition of the Sunday Business Page. Have a great Sunday, everybody.